Welcome to ISO 42001 Lead Auditor. In the next few minutes, we'll walk through everything you need to know about leading certification audits for artificial intelligence management systems. From understanding what makes AI auditing fundamentally different from traditional management system audits through evaluating AI risk assessments, data governance, and responsible AI practices. Whether you're pursuing lead auditor certification or preparing to audit organizations deploying AI, this overview gives you the complete picture. Let's get started. Let's start with understanding what makes auditing an AI management system fundamentally different from auditing traditional information security or quality management systems. If you come from an ISO 27001 or ISO 9001 auditing background, understanding the unique challenges of AI auditing is essential. Traditional management system auditing under ISO 27001 or ISO 9001 benefits from decades of established practice. Systems are deterministic, meaning the same input always produces the same output. Evidence comes from documentation, configuration records, and process outputs. Risk taxonomies are mature and well understood across industries. AI management system auditing under ISO 42001 is fundamentally different. The standard is new with limited audit precedent. AI systems are probabilistic, meaning the same input can produce different outputs. Evidence must include model documentation, training data governance, and bias testing results. And the risks are novel. Bias, hallucination, opacity, and societal harm require entirely new auditor competencies. Let's define the AI-specific concepts every lead auditor must master to audit an AI management system effectively. The AI system lifecycle covers the entire journey from initial conception through design, data collection, model development, testing, deployment, ongoing operation, and eventual retirement. The lead auditor must verify that the organization has controls at every stage of this lifecycle, not just at deployment. Many AI risks originate in early design and data collection decisions. An AI impact assessment is a systematic evaluation of potential effects an AI system may have on individuals, groups, and society. This goes beyond traditional risk assessment. The lead auditor must verify that impact assessments consider fairness, transparency, privacy, safety, and societal implications, and that assessment results genuinely influence system design and deployment decisions. Data governance for AI covers the controls ensuring that training data and operational data meet quality standards, have documented provenance, undergo bias assessment, and comply with privacy regulations. The lead auditor must verify that data governance is not an afterthought, but an integral part of the AI development process with clear accountability. Responsible AI is the organizational commitment to developing and deploying AI systems that are fair, transparent, accountable, and safe. The lead auditor must verify that this commitment goes beyond policy statements into practical implementation. Look for evidence in model selection criteria, testing procedures, monitoring dashboards, and incident response processes specifically designed for AI-related issues. Now let's cover the practical aspects of planning and conducting an ISO 42001 certification audit, focusing on what evidence to look for and how to evaluate AI-specific controls. AI certification audits must thoroughly examine these critical areas that have no equivalent in traditional management system audits. AI risk assessment must go beyond traditional information security risks. The lead auditor must verify that the organization identifies AI-specific threats including bias, drift, adversarial attacks, and unintended behaviors. Risk treatment must be proportionate to AI impact levels. Common nonconformities include organizations using generic risk assessment templates that never mention bias, fairness, or explainability. Data quality and provenance are foundational to AI system trustworthiness. Verify that training data sources are documented with clear lineage, that bias assessments are conducted before model training, and that data usage complies with licensing and consent requirements. Common findings include organizations unable to explain where their training data came from or whether it was legally obtained. Model performance monitoring is where many organizations fall short. The lead auditor must verify that performance metrics are defined and tracked in production, that drift detection mechanisms exist to identify when model accuracy degrades, that clear triggers initiate retraining or rollback, and that incident response procedures cover AI-specific failures. Deploying a model and forgetting about it is a significant nonconformity. Transparency and explainability are core requirements of ISO 42001. Verify that the organization can explain how AI systems reach decisions to appropriate stakeholders, that documentation describes model logic at a level suitable for its audience, and that affected parties know when AI is involved in decisions about them. Black box models with zero explainability in high-impact scenarios are a clear nonconformity. Auditing an AI management system requires following evidence through a different trail than traditional audits. Here is the typical flow. Start with the governance framework. Review the AI policy for completeness and alignment with organizational objectives. Verify that roles and responsibilities for AI oversight are defined and assigned. Check whether an AI ethics committee or equivalent body exists and meets regularly, and confirm top management commitment through resource allocation and review activities. Every organization deploying AI must maintain an inventory of its AI systems. Verify that the register is complete and current, that each system is classified by risk and impact level, that impact assessments have been conducted for high-risk systems, and that the inventory captures the AI system lifecycle stage. Organizations that cannot tell you how many AI systems they operate have a fundamental gap. Examine the controls applied during AI development. Review the development methodology for AI-specific considerations. Verify data governance controls including quality, provenance, and bias assessment. Check testing protocols for adequacy including edge case testing and adversarial testing. And evaluate whether bias evaluation is systematic and documented rather than ad hoc. Finally, evaluate operational controls. Verify that deployment follows a controlled process with appropriate approvals, that performance monitoring is active and reviewed regularly, that incident management covers AI-specific failure modes, and that the organization demonstrates continual improvement of its AI management system based on monitoring results and lessons learned. ISO 42001 lead auditors need competencies that go well beyond traditional audit skills. AI lead auditors need foundational understanding of AI technologies. You must understand how machine learning models are trained and deployed, the basics of neural networks and deep learning, how natural language processing and computer vision work at a conceptual level. You do not need to be a data scientist, but you must be able to evaluate whether an organization's AI practices are reasonable and whether their risk assessments are adequate. Knowledge of AI ethics and emerging regulation is essential. Understand fairness and bias frameworks and how organizations should test for them. Know the EU AI Act risk classification and requirements. Understand transparency principles and what constitutes adequate explainability. And grasp accountability mechanisms that ensure someone is responsible when AI systems cause harm. AI risk assessment competency enables you to evaluate whether an organization's risk process is adequate. Understand the AI-specific threat landscape, including adversarial attacks, data poisoning, and model drift. Know impact assessment methodologies for AI systems. Be able to evaluate data quality practices and understand model validation techniques sufficiently to assess whether testing is thorough. Audit leadership for AI audits presents unique challenges. You may need to manage a team with mixed expertise, including data scientists and traditional auditors. Technical interviews require asking the right questions without being a subject matter expert in every AI technique. You must navigate uncertainty since AI is an evolving field with evolving best practices. And you must understand what constitutes sufficient evidence in probabilistic systems where outputs are inherently variable. Let's close with the most important lessons for ISO 42001 lead auditors. First, AI auditing requires fundamentally new competencies. Traditional management system audit skills are necessary but insufficient. You need to understand AI technologies, AI-specific risks, and emerging AI regulations. The lead auditor who approaches an AI audit with only traditional skills will miss critical nonconformities. Second, data governance is the foundation of AI trustworthiness. If training data is biased, incomplete, or improperly sourced, every model built on it inherits those flaws. The lead auditor must prioritize data governance evaluation because problems at the data level cascade through the entire AI system. Third, post-deployment monitoring is where most organizations have the biggest gaps. Many organizations invest heavily in model development, but then deploy models without adequate performance monitoring, drift detection, or retraining processes. This is like building a car without brakes. The lead auditor must verify that operational monitoring is as robust as development controls. And fourth, the AI regulatory landscape is evolving rapidly. The EU AI Act, national AI strategies, and sector-specific requirements are creating new compliance obligations. Lead auditors must stay current with these developments because organizations' AI management systems must adapt to meet emerging legal requirements, and auditors must be able to evaluate whether they have. That wraps up our overview of ISO 42001 lead auditing. In the full Udemy course, you'll get detailed lessons on every aspect of AI management system certification auditing, practical checklists covering all ISO 42001 clauses and Annex A controls, real-world audit scenarios for organizations deploying machine learning, natural language processing, and computer vision in preparation for lead auditor certification. Use the course to position yourself at the forefront of AI governance audit. Thank you for watching. If you found this overview helpful, subscribe to the channel for more content, and check the description for the link to the full course. See you in the next video.